And just that the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. This is like a video game commentary. I'm back 13 minutes later. Okay, so I ended up getting a guilty verdict on this. And then once I restarted, I realized that the info that was updated was that he was wearing a red cape. And this is what happens when you only half pay attention to things. Anyway, you said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? What I did was I presented the glossy to the whatchamacallit.
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Mayor Tenma, does this cape look red to you?
It does not look red, not even scarlet crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, I think red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, the Amazing Ninetales is ready to cape of red, or I'm Godot.
So, you mistook the red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me.
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? Details. I don't see anything like red, aside from the blood, of course. Am I gonna get a guilty verdict on this too? Probably. Let's see. None of this makes any sense, so let's get out of the way. This? What? Why would that be the red thing that he saw? There's literally nothing else. This is red, what? That doesn't make any freaking sense. I'm just being stupid at this point, right? Why would this be the red thing that he saw? Oh, let's look at this again. You would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. That would have been that shocking. The hairspray? Okay, so let's think. This is red. This is red in it. Do we need to present the crime photo and then point out something in the crime photo? And this is red on it, but that doesn't make any sense to me. But because it doesn't make any sense to me, this is the right one, right? Let's try it. This is not the right one.
Foolish boy, would you mock me?
Whoa, sorry.
I'm afraid I have no recollection of seeing such an item. You must cease this practice of leaping before looking.
Sorry. Ouch, that was a human demon double punch. But there's no whatchamacallit, so this is the right one, right? Apollo, think of something that's red and could produce a feeling of sadness. And take a look at the evidence again. Oh, we don't get anything wrong for this. We don't get a penalty for this. Red and can cause sadness. Does any of this crap look red to you, ladies and gentlemen? Do we need to present this?
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be Mr. Timmy that you saw? Was the alderman's blood? I thought that, but I was that's stupid. Okay, well, whatever.
Blood? Why, yes, it was blood.
What was that, you might ask? I don't know.
It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the Amazing Ninetales, the alderman's bloody body.
Okay. Noise level 0. Bye-bye.
His noise level's down to 0! I think it's remembered everything now!
Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman Cubey?
But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work?
Hey, I asked you first. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Silence! Hoy, don't you think this strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber, but you said not about seeing the Amazing Ninetales there. You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
JC didn't see LaBelle there either! It's so weird, who was really in that room then?
Will the defense care to share any theories with the court?
Not really.
Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?
There's no penalty for this, so if I say no, I can't. Let's get this one out of the way first.
Explaining something like that would be completely...
Possible! My colleague here is going to explain it so it's crystal clear!
I am?
Even if you can't explain, you can't let them know that, just make something up!
I don't hear you helping.
And that's illegal, by the way.
Not with
No, that's not really illegal. It's not falsifying. Falsifying evidence is legal. Using evidence in a way that, that's a bit of a gray area.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Duggan. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. What about a good old-fashioned penalty?
This is gonna be like one of those insta-kill.
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. The reason why I said no first is because, like, if you say no, you can't. You're like, there's only two options: you're right or you're wrong. But if you say yes, then you have more than one option because you have like all the evidence to present. This is a strategy that I've done since Justice for All, actually.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked.
And there was one time in case 2-4, I believe, where you were supposed to say that you could not say that you could not. Was it 2-4? It was one of them where you said that you couldn't explain it. So ever since then, I've been paranoid.
Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mayor Timmo is in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Flora LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Timma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed, and I suppose you have an answer for us.
Heck yes, I don't.
Sadly, you would be supposing wrong.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that the Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Timma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has in fact misremembered the event, what could have made her do so?
Jinxie was confused, LaBelle was disguised as Tenma, she got the rooms mixed up. First of all, how could she have gotten the rooms mixed up? That's freaking stupid. Second of all, okay, so her being confused and LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. I don't see how that's possible. Like, he has colère mais LaBelle. However, that could change his. Was he naked? Was he naked? Was Mayor Tenma naked while in the whatchamacallit? Well, LaBelle was wearing his clothes. That doesn't. No, that's not what happened. He was wearing his clothes. But confused sounds a bit too vague to me. We're gonna try it anyway.
We're wrong. Miss Timma was in a state of confusion at the time. That's why she mistook Mr. LaBelle for Mayor Timma there in the Fox Chamber. After all, they both look kind of like yokai. I'm afraid I don't follow you, Mr. Justice. I'm gonna have a do-over on that one.
Okay. LaBelle's disguised as Timma.
The figure Miss Timma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence!
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces.
Maybe the disguise completely hid his face?
I think JC would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face.
And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh, right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass! Ah! Ah!
There goes his head. He got sayonara.
Are you okay, Apollo?
I'm not fine, am I?
I'm fine. Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your boldness, your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if we have no further arguments.
What's even left for me to do?
Apollo! Remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down.
Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove this disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it.
Without water?
And rather, that she didn't tell anyone about the disguise. Maybe it was she couldn't talk about it.
What?
A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never mask himself in front of others. But there are matches that where wrestlers battle for the fight to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
And what about the fact that it was the Amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around? That first picture, I swear, that first picture always gets me. Ah! We got it all backwards.
Apollo?
I think you might have made a huge mistake.
Your boldness. I see no need to further indulge them in this silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will.
Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
I do have proof.
Do you now?
Alright, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tinma Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place? These riddles are inextricably linked to Maritima's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down.
You're saying that? Okay, that's weird.
This piece of evidence clearly reveals Maritima's secret identity.
Maritima!
Take that!
Get good! What absolute claptrap, poppycock, border dash!
We thought the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Timma Tuttle. That's why I believe the mayor killed Alderman in his lust for Ninetales Ville, and it was the basis of the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Timma wasn't Timma Tuttle at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales.
What's this?
Gotta love. So yeah,
You best explain yourself, Justice Dinner.
like I pointed out in case 1, yeah, this is definitely a remix version of the Pursuit theme in Justice for All. You know, the do 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 do.
And from where you derive such a far-fetched conclusion?
At least part of it is, anyway. Jinxie, no doubt, knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out, even though unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence!
Silence! The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dismissed, disseminated physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Remember, Mr. Bill has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build, too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different. But not that different, it'd be like this, right? Like, worst case scenario, I'd probably sound like this if I were talking with the mask on. So, like...
Silence!
I don't know, that's bullcrap to me.
Silence! Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him.
Gah! Ah!
This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room.
Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already.
First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold.
Night night, alderman. Sweet dreams.
That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged in the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed his disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales' mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Timma to the scene.
So then...
The person who said I killed Alderman Cubulus. Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence!
Silence! This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
No, you twisted samurai. This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Anyway. Once Mr. Timon left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber, so he could drag the mayor back out of the Fox Chamber.
Oh, so the Amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was...
Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tim and Totoro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Timma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back in the Fox Chamber.
I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense.
Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence!
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Timma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales.
Gah! This is madness! No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot!
No one except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Flora LaBelle more than qualifies.
Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am.
Forgot. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. JC will be safe just as soon as Miss LaBelle's arrested. And he'll be arrested in the next episode, maybe. Acropods, next episode, I don't know. There's gonna be something, right? Maybe, I don't know.